Good evening. Thank you for joining me. You are watching Scorpio Chronicles. I'm Scorpio Chronicles, and you are watching Creative Talks with Scorpio Chronicles. Good evening. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here with me tonight. As you can already tell what type of day it was, I am getting tongue tied and everything. But you're watching Creative Talks with Scorpio Chronicles. This is a show where we talk to different indie creators, comic book writers, artists, cosplayers, pretty much just to get behind the scenes of what's actually going on in those fields. And tonight, of course, I do have a special guest. She is the creator and owner of Fox Den Comics, which I love the name, by the way. I have a question about the name that I'm going to ask her. And she has also become a very good friend of mine. Her name is Cami, and also known as Fox. How are you, Cam?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I am great. I am great. I am glad to have you on this show with me tonight. So, how are things going?
Everything's going good so far. I'm in the same boat as you as being tongue tied, so I
Yeah.
guess if you hear me yell like plot twist or something, don't worry.
So it's okay. Not a problem at all. Now, the name Fox Den Comics. Now, when I heard the name for the first time, Fox Den Comics, the first thing popped in my head was literally a den where yourself and all of your comic book friends will we all come and hang out after school.
Yeah.
Mom bring down pizza rolls, Mountain Dew, and Pepsi, stuff that we should be eating, and candy. And we're all sitting there reading comics, playing video games, and discussing comics at the same time. And we're wearing our torn jeans, our zip up oversized sweatshirts with either Superman or Spider Man on the front or Venom with our Vans.
Pretty close.
Because that is that. When I think of Fox, I'm like that. Just sounds like a solitude, a place where you could just go and just chill out and just be yourself and just not. You can get away from reality, which that's one of the reasons why I enjoy comics. I can get away. I can just separate myself and just get away for just a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So the name Fox Den Comics. How did you come up with that?
Oh, it was pretty easy because my nickname is Fox, but my mom originally was going to name me Fox at one point,
Oh,
but my
wow.
dad vetoed it. So I decided to honor my mom by keeping the moniker Fox. And I'm like, okay, so what can I do to create a studio? And I'm like, well, I always liked a den, and I was like, oh, boxed in, boxed in,
I love
boxed
that.
in. I like
I
it.
love
So
that. I
I was
love
like,
that
count to
too.
five.
I seriously do. I love the name, but that's when I first heard it. That's what it reminded me of. So I was just like, that just sounds like a place that we can just all just get away and just go and visit and just we can literally stay all night, but we can't stay all night because we have to be home at a certain time, you know.
Yeah,
But we'll be back tomorrow.
right.
But yes, that is what I think about it when I hear that. So now we're going to get into the show. So we know that you are an artist. You do cosplay. You also have your own comic book, comic book publishing, Fox Den Comics, and
Yep.
you write also, correct?
I'm learning on how to like script comics. I'm learning slowly. It's taken me a little bit, but
Mhm.
we're getting there.
Yeah, believe it or not, it's not as hard as I thought it would be. It's actually very simple. I caught on pretty quick, so I know you will. So
Oh yeah, it's just finding the time for it. It's just
yeah,
like,
it is. It can take a while just to kind of script because you got to script, you got to put the panels, and you got to put okay what goes here. It's almost like creating a map for the people that are also for the team that's actually part of it too. But yeah, that's a lot of she wears many hats, so but she handles
okay,
it very well, very well.
thank you.
So okay, first question. I think we're gonna go with a cosplay question first.
Oh, okay.
Cause she plays a fierce black cat. I love the black cat cosplay that you do. So just kind of tell me like what what does cosplay mean to you? Like what does it mean when you get
Ooh,
the chance to dress up?
all the hard questions already.
Yeah.
Um,
By the way, yeah, by the way, my questions are gonna make you think.
oh, that's good because I love challenges.
Hmm.
And
My questions are gonna challenge you.
oh goody, yes, bring it.
Oh yeah.
So excellent. So what cosplay means to me is it's it's more or less like expressing yourself and letting others discover yourself through your arts. So
Mm,
when I'm cosplaying as Black Cat, I actually feel like pretty confident about it. I feel like it's a part of me.
yeah.
It's right there, and I'm expressing myself, and it's it's nothing like I don't know how to explain this very well. Let's see. So it's not like seeking attention, but
Hmm.
it's more or less like attracting others to your light.
Mm,
Finding a community that you can branch out to and connect with and make new friends and
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, because not everybody understands cosplay. Because a lot of people will say you're an adult and you're dressing up as a kid. No, that's not the whole thing. It's something about that character
Yeah.
that when I get the opportunity to become that character and feel how I feel about that character and I'm actually that character, that brings something out. And so I can understand where you're coming from. To meet people that understands you and where you're coming from,
Yeah.
that's a whole different world. It's like you never want to leave. It's
Oh,
seriously.
definitely.
that is a whole different world. So
Be
we're
kicking and screaming trying to get me out of there.
you like, is it over now? Seriously, we have to leave. And you meet so many different people from different aspects of life, different. You'll be shocked who everybody. You'll be shocked who actually cosplay. There are some executives that cosplay because they enjoy it.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, there's nothing wrong with it. So what? Let me be a kid for a day or so. Okay, just let me have that. Now, when it comes to your characters, this is another cosplay question. How do you pick the characters that you cosplay?
Ooh, that this one's actually a question I can answer because right. Because when I was like take or I have like a couple of nieces and nephews and stuff, and they would
Hmm.
always ask me to dress up and stuff. So since redhead, I did dress up a lot as Merida from Brave,
Okay. Oh
and
yeah.
and I would read bedtime stories to them over the phone and stuff, and video time them and everything
Hmm.
else, and just let them have that little sense of wonder. And then one of them discovered Hercules, so I had to
Ooh.
dress up as Meg. I love Meg. Meg is like my spirit person right there because
Uh-huh.
she's all sass and kick ass.
Oh, so yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So that's how you mainly picture characters. So thank you, nieces and nephews, for
Oh yeah.
getting Auntie Fox into it.
Yeah. I'm crying in the corner later, going, "What did I do? What have I become? I
Don't
like
don't
it,
exactly. Don't you dare cry in that corner. Don't you dare come out of that corner and
right? I'll just be
enjoy
sitting
it.
there, just like poking the corner, like,
Yeah, it
what
just
has my life
it
become?
just look, and just enjoy it. Enjoy
Oh yeah.
it. So now we're gonna go on to another tough question. Okay. Now this is mainly dealing with comics because I know that you have read and seen so many different comics throughout your comic journey. So after seeing so many different comics and reading so many comics, what are some of the things that you would advise someone that is like first time coming in? or decided that they wanted to do a comic, what would you advise them to avoid?
Ooh, what to avoid? Okay, well, I got a checklist full for that one.
We all do.
Um, okay, so my checklist for avoidance is if you do decide to work with somebody,
Hmm.
contracts are important. And if they back away from a contract or they start arguing with you, walk away because it is never a good flag.
Mm.
I've
Hmm.
had that personal experience when I started out.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Second one is find, or if you have a good group, keep them,
Hmm.
but don't betray their trust whatsoever
Correct.
because I've seen that ugly side too.
Yeah.
We're not going to go there. That's silly.
No, we're not, because that's how we met.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody comes after my friends.
Yeah,
I roll up my sleeves and come at your
that's
front door
how
and go, "Hey, what's up?"
that is how we met, and then that is how we
Exactly.
became close. But we're not gonna, we're
Yeah.
look, we're not Jesus, and we're not a medium. We're not gonna resurrect or speak of the dead. So anyway, next
Exactly.
question.
Let's just chuck it in that bucket and forget about it.
Exactly. Oh my
um,
goodness. All right. So
huh.
in the future, after you've done your art, um, done your cosplay, written your comics, multiple ones, I would say, because that's coming. Um, would you consider like writing some type of material or anything that can give people kind of like a blueprint or advise them on how to get into comics or how to, write a comic, or like I just asked the question, what to avoid? Would you consider writing like a book or something like that, or?
Yeah. Yeah, I would actually consider writing a book or two. I'm actually working on helping emerging comic book artists currently by
Mhm.
guiding them to the right people. That's a project I've been working on to the side too, so
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome, and I think that I personally believe that that is needed because you have some people that, thank God, if I wouldn't have met the people that I met when I first came back into comics, I probably would have been a little lost, little lone deer out there amongst the pack of wolves. So, but I think that is important for people coming in to have that type of little guidance, because you're not going to always meet the right people that want to help you. Like you said
right.
earlier, if you find some people, don't betray their trust. Stick with them, hold on to them. That crazy stuff. Now, another question: Do you feel that you are chasing after comics, or is it comics that found you?
I would have to say comics found me first because, at the age of 8, stealing my brother's comics, like the G.I. Joe ones, that
I hope you kept
I
some of
still
those.
have and I've never returned.
Oh, you still have them.
I do.
Oh,
I actually inherited my uncle's and my brother's comic book collection, so I have everything from the 50s on down.
oh wow. We have to talk.
Oh, I know we do.
We have to talk because there's probably some things that I'm looking for on my grail list. You probably have it right there in your house. I'm just like, how much, Cam? How much?
Right? Do I need to book a plane ticket and bring some totes?
Hey, I'm just saying, I will come and
Bring
get.
some coffee.
I will come and get them. So comics found you. So comics found you from you taking your brother's. Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. I
Yeah, that and the Boy Scout manual.
oh,
I tried joining the Boy Scouts and it didn't work out very well. Sorry, I'm not trying to make you like die over there laughing, but yeah.
you tried joining the Boy Scouts. What was
I
wrong
did.
with the girl? What was wrong with the Girl Scouts?
I didn't want the Girl Scouts. I didn't want to go door to door selling cookies. I wanted to be out in the woods. Go fight a bear or something. Just burr.
and I could see, and I could see you doing that. Yeah, I truly believe you're the one that actually we're running from the alligator. You're chasing after it. Like, no, Cam, I got it. I got it.
I'd be the
See?
one like, I got it.
I'm like, no,
There's no
put it
need to fear.
down.
I got it.
Oh my goodness. Now, when it comes to you doing your art, you're doing your cosplay, your writing, how does it feel to have that freedom of your mind? Because sometimes as kids, we have all these little fantasies in our head. We have these imaginary places. How does it feel to let that stuff out on paper?
Oh, it feels so liberating because I can like picture an idea and
Hmm.
then be like, okay, so then, having to do the adult thing of going to work and, you're sitting there and you're just like,
Yeah.
really want to draw right now? And then you get home and you like put it on paper and you're like,
Mhm.
it looks good. I
Yeah.
like it. It's just wonderful. It's a great feeling. And then depending on if I want to do digital art or traditional art, then I just switch between the two or I start writing in a script.
Yeah.
It is actually really relaxing for me. I'm just like, hmm.
Doesn't it doesn't it feel like you're releasing something and you're just like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it feels good because
Oh yeah.
I've always wanted to know how other creators, which I'm going to ask them that question too, how other creators think. Do they feel, does it feel good to finally have that? Because you have that imaginary friend, and sometimes that character that you create is the imaginary friend, and you let them
Right.
have their voice. I've always wondered, did that actually feel like you're like something like a weight dropped off you? But the way you explained it, it seemed like it just feels like finally I get to let someone else see what I see and come into my universe and my world.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I really do. I'm glad I came into indie comics. I really did. So,
I'm glad I fell down this rabbit hole too.
see, yeah, it is a rabbit hole, isn't it?
It is.
Because you try not to collect everything. You try your best not to, but I mean, you still do it anyway. Like, yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
looking at stuff. I'll be like, this is some gorgeous stuff, and knowing damn well I don't need it, but I still get it anyway. And it's like, where am I going to put it? I have file cabinets now with comics that I need to put in boxes.
Oh wow. I have a room. I believe I showed you the pictures of it with all my comic stacks. And I have a new pile here on my desk that I have to go through.
I have my I have my Kickstarters that I have to put up. Just like, darn it,
I
still in
got
their
those coming
boxes.
too.
Yeah, I have to kind of take a break from Kickstarter a little bit. I'm just like, oh, that's too much, but I'll be back. Trust me, I will be back to get what I want.
I have
Oh yeah,
Kickstarter on speed dial.
Kickstarter is like my friend. I have spent so much, and I did not know that I was spending that much until I looked at my bank account. It's like, gosh darn it, I
My
shouldn't do
wallet almost puts me on a restraining order for that stuff. It's like, are you going to Kickstarter again?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
No.
I have it so bad till my mom actually told me, she like, what Kickstarter did you do this week? I'm like, I haven't did no Kickstarter. It's not gonna come out till next month. She like, I knew you went and bought the Kickstarter. I'm like, it's not that bad, mom. It's okay. I'll have it. It'll be all right.
Points to piles. Like,
Yeah, it'll be all right. She's like, but what about all that you have on the table? I'm like, I'm gonna put it up. Don't worry. Just
that's
don't
me.
touch it. Just don't touch my comic book pile. We're gonna have an issue. don't
Right.
don't
You
touch.
even harm one little inch on those comic covers and I'm gonna cry.
I'm just like, stop touching them. Don't do what you like. I moved your comic books over. I stopped and paused, like, you moved them where? Oh, okay, you put them over there with the other comics. Okay, we're good.
Right.
We're good. Now, comic heads, boy, we sound so nerdy.
Hey, proud of it.
Hey, I love it. It is fun. So, when was the first time that you like came to the realization, like, wow, I'm a I'm a comic book artist, or either I'm a cosplayer, or I'm a I'm a writer. And how did that feel to actually come to the realization? Because you know how we do things, but we don't realize it till later. Like, I'm really doing this. So how did that? When did that happen, and how did that feel?
Ooh. So I kind of came to that realization when I was about 12, because my mom would always catch me like drawing comic book characters and stuff and borrowing my family's comic books and never
Hmm.
returning them.
Right.
Um, so she invested in a comic book how-to book for me, and then I
Wow.
really got into it. And when I hit the age of 21, I kind of drifted off away from there. I was
Hmm.
busy going to college and everything else.
Yep.
And I came back to it and I decided I would apply to Marvel or DC. So I sent in like applications and stuff to Marvel and
Hmm.
DC. I got turned down, unfortunately, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'll just figure out what I'll do maybe a couple years later down the road. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep doing this, draw fan art, draw comic art, commission art. And then I found Tier.
Oh,
Tier was the first one to show me indie comics because I saw stars first. And I'm just like, wait, there's indie comics? Dude.
I was the
So
same
I have
way.
to really thank Tier for,
Yeah.
kind of me into that hole there. Like, here you go. You're gonna come down here. You're gonna be fine.
Mhm.
I'm your mom now. We're like, okay.
And you know what? That's crazy because I was the same way. I did not know that indie comics existed until I started back collecting. And I tell people this all the time. I'm like, I didn't. When I started back collecting, and I came on Instagram, and I was like, it's an indie comics. I'm like, what is that?
Right?
And I started seeing all these different stories. I'm just like, whoa, did anyone know this was in here?
Right?
Like,
Like,
I was like,
hmm,
Marvel who? DC who? Did you see this? Look at
right?
this story. This is what should be on television.
Ooh.
But yeah, I was just like, I don't know why indie comics does that, but it's just yeah. But to what I was saying earlier, to have that realization and to feel, I mean, the age of 12, that's awesome. That
Yeah.
is awesome at a young age, and it sounds like you had the support too. So I really like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, the support of brother, mom, and thank uncle and brother for stealing that comic.
Right?
Now,
I think that's why Ferris and I bond so well because we're both thieving little mischievous creatures.
that is awesome. So, okay. Now, within the indie comic community and within comics in general, we do experience some negativity sometimes. You have people, which I always say you're allowed to have an opinion. That's fine. You can have your opinion. I'm going to let you have your opinion. Now, I don't have to accept your opinion, but I'm going to let you have your opinion. But then there are some people who are just very extremely negative about things. As someone that is just coming into comics, first time, indie comics, like what advice would you give them when they first encounter that negativity and, you know,
Ooh.
that's kind of making them back away a little bit and not want to like deal with it and not want to do it. So, what advice would you give them?
Oh boy, this one hits close to home because I've definitely experienced all that.
We both have.
um, Although probably not the same as
I don't,
as you guys get, of course. Women in the field get it so much worse.
which I think is ridiculous, but
Yeah.
that's a whole nother
Um,
show.
One thing is just to make sure that you assert yourself. You don't let them run you around. You don't let them kowtow you into a corner and say, "Okay, this is how it's gonna go. This is how it's gonna be." No, you stand up. You dust yourself off, straighten your tiara, and you tell them what's what. Um, just don't let the haters get to your headspace because I'm guilty of that. I've had that happen multiple times, and I've honestly thought about just throwing in the towel and
Mm,
going back and just like rethinking everything, just trying to like find my peace of mind, everything.
yeah.
I've honestly done that. I'm not proud of myself for getting into that
Hmm.
per se, I'm not really happy that I let people get into my mindset that badly,
Mhm.
or get away with some of the stuff that they did.
Mm.
But I bounced back. I came back a lot stronger than what I was when I started out,
Yeah.
and I don't think there's going to be any change in that now, because you
Uh,
can't go back to who you were. So,
no, that's awesome. I'm glad that you didn't quit because to be honest with you, you are needed within this community. Everyone has something different that they can offer. That's why I love the indie comic community with such a huge melting pot of different type of skills and skill sets, things
oh
like
yeah.
that. So I love that. I'm glad you didn't quit. Thank you for not quitting. And whenever you have that issue of someone making you feel that way, I already told you, let me know.
Oh, believe me, I still have a list that I'm working through.
Yeah, let me
I
know.
got some repeat offenders that haven't quite gotten the hint yet.
Okay. I'll be
So,
more than happy. I'll be more than happy to have a conversation with them or slide in their DMs or just practically report their page and shut it down. So I have no
oh
problem
yeah.
with
I usually do a three-strike warning though. First time I give a verbal warning, second time
that.
I threaten block, and then third time I ignore them so hard that they're doubting their own existence at that point.
Yeah, see, I actually did something one time for someone had actually stole a friend of mine's page, their Instagram page,
Oh.
and they just so happened to that's right, Dark Dove. I am the cleanup crew.
Hey, I'm gonna be part of that cleanup crew too, so if you guys ever
you
have problems.
you know that's just what we do. But they got a hold of my friend's page and they they sent me a friend request and I accepted it. And then they started talking to me and DM me, and then I started asking them questions that only my friend knew.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, I don't know. Ask God." I said, "Oh, really? Ask God." And then that's when I went in. I got all the information. I told them I was reporting them to the police because they were doing some type of money scheme. And all of a sudden, they just
Oh,
stopped.
jeez. Right?
Had the page shut down and everything. And I told my friend, and I screenshot all the stuff and I showed it to her. And she was like, "You know what? I love you so much." I said, I don't let people do that to the people I love. I'm not going to let people do that. So you have that issue. Just send it to me. I don't mind.
Well, it's same for you. I handled your issues before.
I appreciate you for doing that one because that situation, I literally just laughed. And I was just like, this is pitiful. But okay, if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. But I felt the way I felt. I said what I said, even though that some person seemed like assumed that it was, them I was talking about. I wasn't even thinking about them at all. But
Right?
yeah, you weren't even that important to me for me to sit there. But I said what I said about your stuff. That was my
Yeah,
opinion. So,
that's
but
what
yeah,
I said too. I was like, I said what I said. You want to come after me? Come at me, bro.
I'm not. I mean, and they just kept. It went to the point that they actually went live and they
I saw
actually
that.
talked about it. But my thing is, you went live on a platform that you know that I'm not on. So
Yeah.
that's the part that kind of threw me. I'm like, no. And some people were telling me, don't go on the platform. Don't go on it. Don't go on it. I'm like, I want to go on it so bad and just say, I'm right here. Put me on stage so we can talk. But I
Yeah.
didn't. But yeah, see, we said we weren't gonna bring that up again. Let's stop.
Right? Like, I'm
Bring that
sorry,
up
the person
anymore.
that you knew is currently not here right now. Please hold.
But yes, we have each other's back, and I appreciate it. Everybody, just please understand. Cam and I have we literally talk to each other every morning. We check
Yep.
on each other. We say how you doing? Hey, how you doing today? We literally talk every morning, and her and me and others, we all talk every morning. We just check on each other.
Yep.
So that's why her and I can sit here and talk like this because we both been through some crazy stuff in the same situation. But so that's how her and I found each other. I'm glad we did. So
Yeah.
with that being said, we're gonna talk about balance.
Balance.
Yeah, you
Oh yeah.
work. You're an artist. Um, you have the publishing company, Fox Comics. You're an aunt, so you're a sister. It's like how when do you find the time to just sit back and just be Cam, not Cam the artist, not Cam the cosplayer, not Cam the soon to be writer, just be Cam and just sit and just breathe. When do you
Ooh.
find that time?
When do I find that time? Let's see. Well, I only sleep 3 hours a night, so I have a 21-hour productivity window. I'm team no sleep.
Three
Apparently, all
hours?
artists have this problems. I don't know how. But I when I like go into quiet time, which is basically like right before I fall asleep, I just like empty my mind of everything, and I just get myself like just out of the mind space of, oh, I need to get artwork done, oh, I need to get scripts done, oh, I need to review comics, I need to, oh, I got to work on that cosplay. Oh snap, I forgot to pack lunch tomorrow. Yeah, so
Just just like Eileen say, Lord, the time finds her. I wish the time found me. I just have to force myself because I have a tendency of working and working and working to the point where my mom tells me, sit down, rest, sit down. I'm like, okay, I'm sitting down, rest, but I'm just like my mom. As I sit down, I'm thinking, okay, I could be working on this right now. I could be working on this right now.
same here.
I could have been doing. I could have had half this halfway written by now, and so, but I find that to be something that I have to force myself to just sit down and just
Yeah,
watch an old
I'm guilty of
movie.
that.
And yeah, I have to force myself to do that, or else I'm going to burn myself out, and I don't want to do that. So, but the 3 hours of sleep, child, how do you do that? I can't. No,
I've done
I've
that
done,
ever since I was a kid.
I've, I've done it before. I've been on. I've actually didn't sleep one night. So I've done it before, but I paid for it the next day. But how are you able to do that? Just 3 hours.
I honestly don't know. I wish I could answer because I've been tested by doctors. They can't
Mm-hmm.
find anything wrong with me. Um, Melatonin doesn't work on me.
Same
Um,
here.
I already take Benadryl, so that's pretty much doesn't work on me anymore. Because
It's like
I used to
candy
fall
now.
asleep like that, but not anymore.
Oh Lord.
But it's just something that I've done ever since I was a kid. My mom would always like expect me to be up like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be awake. So it, it's just it's just something that I have with me. I
Let's
guess
see.
it's one of those little perks of having a 21-hour productivity window and running
Mhm.
your own company, and you're just like, look at all the
Yeah.
hours I can
Yeah.
work.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, do you find yourself staying up, working better late at night when it's just you? See, that's me. When everyone's asleep, my dog and all, I find I'm able to get a lot done when I'm doing that. So
Yeah,
that's part of it too, which sometimes I don't go to bed till like after 1 o'clock because I'm able to get a lot done. But only 3 hours? Oh Lord, I would be so mean.
I've never woken up in a bad mood that I know of. I've always been in a good mood when I wake up
Mhm.
because probably I have the mindset that, okay, so you're awake, so guess what that means? You get to go do stuff you like.
Yeah, you know what? I never thought about it that way. I've never thought about it that way. Now you get to go do something that you enjoy doing. Okay, now I have a different way, a different perspective of thinking of things. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Cam. I appreciate it. Now I'm going
You're
to use that from
welcome.
now. So now that we're coming down slowly to the end of this show, there is a small segment that I do.
Oh.
It's called the Bank of Audacity. This is the bank where you go, where people go, and this bank just lends them a little too much. So this is where you tell where a situation, it doesn't have to be with comics, it can just be with anything, where someone had the audacity to do something to you.
Ooh. So many examples I can use.
Oh boy. See,
Gee.
look. I look. Eileen already knows. She was on the last show. We played this. So doesn't say, "Oh man, here we go." Like she already know it's gonna flow out of you.
Um, let's see. Which one would be more appropriate for this segment? Oh, let me think here.
No,
Hold
look,
on.
no, look,
Let me think of an
nothing.
excuse here.
Look, nothing, nothing that's gonna trigger anything. Just, just
Um,
give like an example of something, a situation
ooh.
that happened to you.
Okay, okay, I got one. So, the audacity of someone who is a writer
Hmm.
to place their budget in the sole hands of the artist, me, while trying to get music scored before we even have paper to ink. Yeah. So this this person that I was going to work for, he decided that I was going to do all the budget, all finding
Hmm.
all the editors and everything, while he was trying to kiss butt to a rapper to get a soundtrack. Yeah. See? That's exactly what I did too. I'm just like, what is this?
A soundtrack to what? To the
His
comic book?
comic. Yeah. We didn't even have ink to paper yet. We didn't have like any direction of what's going on, but he was just so hell bent on getting a rapper before even setting like budgets for artists, colorists, anything like that, leaving me to do this, which Tier had a show about, and I watched it, and I was just like, well, I'm a statistic now. The audacity of it. And
Is
yeah,
that look exactly how Eileen feel? Wait, what? That's exactly what I'm feeling right now. I'm just like,
yeah,
wait. Do you know? Did he realize how much that rapper was most likely going to charge? Do you know how much of them? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, some rappers charge like 50,000 just for a verse.
yeah. And just think little cue codes throughout the whole comic that you can hear soundtracks to the comic to that didn't have a motion comic whatsoever, no paper done. He had a storyboard somewhat drawn that I was trying to translate, but I was busy like trying to contact other people to like do the job, and then I got relegated to like secretary role. So it was like, nope, nope, I'm done, nope. So
That's to me.
that was my first experience in like working with someone, and my last. That's why I started my own studio. I was like, I'm not doing this somewhere.
To me, that would be the last thing you work on.
Hmm.
And a lot of times you don't need a soundtrack. You just need like some music to match it.
So yeah, I was like taken full advantage of.
That doesn't make sense. See, you got my head itching now. I'm just like,
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense. Why would you?
he I don't know if it was just like he had this sense of grandeur or something, or he was like he just did not know how to approach comics correctly. And I was new to the field too,
Yeah.
so I didn't know any better, and I admit that I made mistakes in like jumping onto this project without fully reading the script and understanding everything that he was asking of.
Hmm.
So I take responsibility for that. Um, but it was after and he asked me to drop contracts too, so I came up with the contract, and he didn't like that contract at all because he thought I was trying to take ownership of his characters, and I wasn't. I was just saying no in case we create any characters.
You're
You know,
leaving
he's like,
everything. You're leaving
yeah.
everything to my hands and making the decisions. So why
Hmm.
would you feel that way?
Well, it was just it was like, I felt like I was being like a little over dramatic with it, and I know I wasn't at that time. I was acting out accordingly because I was realizing that I was just being used, and I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna put out the albatross down here. We're just
Just,
gonna leave that albatross
just
there.
like,
So
just like, just like what Eileen says. Champagne tastes with beer money. You can't. No.
yeah,
No, 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 no.
yeah,
Okay, child, that was a whole situation. I just don't want. No,
yeah.
that's making my
It's
scalp itch.
complicated, believe me.
That made my scalp itch. I'm just like, why? Why would you do that?
Eh. I was like, well, okay, I got my first opportunity working a
Oh
comic,
boy.
so I was like, okay, and I didn't know any better about,
hmm
how it was supposed to work
Yeah.
until it started happening to me, and then somehow, I don't know how serendipitous fate works, Tier and Aaron had did a video about women in the field and how they were treated. And I'm just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
This
hmm
isn't right."
No,
So,
it isn't.
I mean, I was only 3 months, but it was
But
like,
see, me, what I like is I love to see women that collect comic books. Like there's some that I follow on Instagram. I can't think of her name. She's something comic book queen, but her pull list makes my pull list look like an embryo.
oh,
I'm just like her comic book collection. I'm just like, and she has it so organized. I just want to just come sit, just grab a stool, sit in your comic book room, and just don't touch anything and just look around because she has it so organized. And I'm just like, her pull list is literally. She's like, well, this is my pull list for the month, and it's about like, I'm just gonna get my hands in it. It's about that big, and I'm just like, and I only got just like a few titles on my pull list. I'm kind of scared to get more, but I love to see their enthusiasm about it. I love to see females writing comments. I'm just like, I think that is an awesome feeling. So
it
I
is.
don't, I mean, those are very good comments also. So I don't know that guy. I don't know. He was working backwards, literally working backwards.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna let you do one more thing.
Oh no.
Okay.
Why are you torturing me like this? I
It's
thought we were
not
friends.
torture. It's not torture.
I'm
This is
kidding.
the fun. This is the fun part.
Okay.
Um, this is where I think, like I say, all creators, artists, cosplayers, what have you.
Hmm.
This is where all of us sometimes need to visit this place and just to remind ourselves of who we are. It's a place called Arrogantville. I created this place in my head.
Oh gosh.
It is a place where I give you a ticket
Okay.
and you are allowed to be as arrogant as you want to.
Ooh.
So we're gonna hop. Come on, Cam. Let's go. Let's hop on this train. We're gonna go to Arrogantville.
Oh gosh.
We're almost there. And mind you, you're in Arrogantville with a bunch of other people that have the same mindset. So you're not gonna feel out of place. You're not gonna be judged.
Okay.
We're here. Guess what? We're here in Arrogantville. So go
Okay.
ahead, Cam. How do you feel?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna be like blushing here because I'm like, do I even know how to be arrogant?
Oh, you. Oh, trust me, it's there. We all have it.
Let's see. How do I feel?
Oh, Eileen.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Eileen, I did not put you on Arrogantville. Oh, I have to get you back on the show.
well,
Because that,
can she
oh,
just like step in with me?
no.
Darn. I tried. I tried.
Oh, I
Stunt
didn't,
double. She's my cat sister.
oh goodness. I meant to put her through Arrogantville. I missed that one. Oh, I got to get you back on the show. Because Eileen, I think she would have gotten lost and I would have had to try to deport her back over. I would have had to
Yay,
grab her and
deportation.
like tell her, no, you're not allowed back in area. We would have had to rip up her ticket, her passport, and all of that. But okay, we're here. So how does it feel to just think
Um,
about how no one can draw the way you can draw? There's no one above you. There's no one that can write the way you can write.
ooh. I've never really like compared my art to others because I know I'm better than some and worse than others.
There we go.
So
She's there.
I'm just saying though, I know I'm better than some, worse than others, and then there's like times I'll go look at my artwork and I'm like, how do people like this? I can like spot every mistake I've made and be like, how can people like this?
Everyone, she has one foot in Arrogantville and the other foot is stepped still in reality. She hasn't
Yeah.
all where she hasn't
Hey,
pushed
I'm
herself
stubborn.
all the way in arrogance. Come on, Cam. It's
No,
there. It's there. Come on.
I don't want to be
Arrogant,
arrogant though.
arrogant,
Being
arrogant.
arrogant gets an
Arrogant.
ego, and then how am I going to get my head through the door if my ego gets that big? Come on.
Oh, I'm gonna deflate it before we leave. Don't worry.
Oh, oh.
See,
Wow, now
look,
I see
even,
how that
see, look,
is.
see, look. Even Eileen say, dive in, girl. Come on. It's there. You already started. You look at other people. And I say this. It's okay for people to go here. Sometimes you have to go there to remind yourself of who you are, especially when you went through certain situations. So you have to remind yourself of who you are, and then you just make sure that you don't stay there. So it's just a
Right,
visit.
right. Okay. Hmm. What can I be arrogant about? Oh, okay. I guess that works. So I guess I can be arrogant in saying that I have a really big comic book collection that
Mm,
rivals people's.
which I've seen.
Yeah. And I've added two since then, thanks to Kickstarter and people sending me comics and my housekeeper giving me comics after I went on my vacation and yeah.
So in other words, she has a comic book collection that can put some comic book shops to shame.
Oh yes. Hey, I got the original Star Treks.
You are like,
Yeah. Yeah, look at that face. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, I've got two of those and then also the original Green Hornets.
she's in Arrogantville, y'all. She made it. She's a
Yeah,
citizen.
but now I'm gonna go back and say, but you guys can look at it if you want. Can't take them.
You can't touch them, but look
Well,
what I
yeah, you
have
can
that
touch
you don't
them.
have.
I mean, you
Just
can touch
tap
them
them.
and read them, but you can't leave with them.
Oh no, I wouldn't even let them touch them and read them. You can tap them. You
Oh
touch.
no, sharing is caring. I like people reading comics because in that way it opens their minds. So,
Look, go online and read the digital. If it's the physical, you cannot.
do they even have the digital of those?
You'll be shocked what they have. I found some old digital versions of them. They're turning a lot of stuff digital now,
Hmm.
especially with the whole NFT movement. Now everything is
Oh yeah,
becoming digital. So
yeah,
you'll be shocked what you'll pull up online. But some of them they may not be able to pull because they're so old. Okay, so
right.
we're getting ready to leave Aragonville. So come on back on the train.
You got me here just to put me back on a train.
Yep. Can't stay here because if you stay here, you're gonna get lost and we're gonna lose Cam. We ain't gonna be able to find you again.
Hey, I got my own GPS system.
But you coming back with me. Come on, get on this train. Let's go. Get back on this train. Let's go. And we are back in reality. So
Okay, that was a very short trip. I give that like a 1 star out of 5 on a Yelp review.
and then,
That was unsatisfactory.
you can't stay there.
It's
You
okay. I
can't
wouldn't
stay
want
there.
to do
Eileen says she said she done made herself the mayor of Arrogantville. She said you can
that.
stay. But
Can I be
no,
the sheriff?
oh no, I am keeping no. You're gonna arrest people just for not being arrogant enough. So I am keeping you both out of there
Not
now.
me.
Now that I know.
No, not. I wouldn't arrest people for that. I mean, yeah, I would.
But yeah, that was it. So now we're back. So it's like I tell people all the time. It's okay to visit that
Yeah,
place. It's okay to visit that place every once in a while, just so you can remind yourself of who you are, and you know, just it keeps you from having that worry about people's opinions and haters. Sometimes you have to remind yourself, wait a minute, this is who I am. This is what I can do. I know what I'm capable of, such and such. So your I thank you for your opinion, but your opinion doesn't matter. So thank you.
yeah.
Sometimes you have to
There's
do that.
the door.
Exactly. So yeah. With that being said, with that being said, Cam, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on tonight with
Yeah.
me, and thank you for joining me. See, even Eileen done got attached to you. She say, "We run this town." Oh Lord,
Yay. See, my fellow Black Cat sister and I are going to run Arrogant. Yeah.
no Lord, no,
We're
I
going to
will.
be Queen Pin.
No,
Queen Pin.
no, Eileen and Cam, no,
Oh, come on. You're a
no.
spoiled sport.
Oh my Lord, I can imagine Ericaville with the two of you running. Oh Jesus,
It'll
that
be beautiful.
it would be fun though. I tell you that much. It would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun. But I do appreciate you and thank you for joining me tonight. Oh, everyone who's watching, if you missed it and you're just not coming in and you catch the last bit of it, this is going to be on my YouTube channel. If you can, please subscribe to my channel, and you can watch the playback as much as you want to. You can rewind through certain parts. You can fast forward. Just enjoy it. You can share it, like it. You know, I appreciate that also. Also, don't forget to follow Cam on um, Fox 10 Comics. Can you give them your Instagram really quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. My personal Instagram is at fox1.986, and then I have at Foxton Comics.
Awesome. Any other social media platforms?
Oh gosh, I'm on Twitter.
Hmm?
I'm on Airtime now. I'm on TikTok. I have so many. I'd have to like write them down
Yeah.
because I'm like,
Look, I'm
no
following her on.
OnlyFans yet.
Yeah, look, don't tempt me.
No OnlyFans.
Don't tempt
No,
me.
no.
Like I tell people all the time, look, I got pretty feet. You really want to see? Don't tempt me. We'll start. But yeah, I am following her on all social medias. It is, it is actually fun to see her cosplay and everything. The same thing. Um, but yes, I do appreciate you coming on today. It was fun. I am going to see you on social media. Everyone, I thank you for joining tonight. This is the end of Creative Talks with Scorpio Chronicles. And like I always say, stay positive, test negative. Have a wonderful night. Good night.
Yeah, bye guys.